Hello there, Virgo. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Virgo for August of 2020. We're 8 months into the year. For all of you guys that are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the card on the bottom of the deck like an overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. Makes all of us Virgos named Frankie for the time of the reading, I suppose. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards are going to go week by week. Sorry about that. I'm thinking they're going to blend in and out throughout the month like an overall theme for the month. Now, I have a short message for us, and the message is a little bit strange because I feel as if it's time for something new or a fresh start coming into our life, and we can feel it coming. But we are supposed to remember that time when there's a lot of emotion involved in transition periods, even if it's emotional, or even if it's a good thing I'm going through, it still causes emotional turmoil inside of us in some manner of speaking. And I think a lot of that's coming because there's a lot of confrontational energy where situations that we may have to confront things coming in during this month, and a lot of confusion at the same time. So maybe avoiding the confrontation as much as what we can, and standing firm if we can't, you know, but still getting ready to move on or move forward. When I got this message, and then I laid the cards and I thought, we really are getting ready to move on and move forward. We have really good words here. They are forgiveness, exploration, presence, not like in gifts, but source energy, contentment, and responsibility. But it's interesting because on the bottom of the deck, we get the Four of Swords right off, and that's respite. So it's a time of respite, the time of usually like after a sorrow or a misfortune. If you think about it, the Three of Swords comes first before this, and that's the sword sticking in the heart type of energy. So usually it's something might have been due to the Three of Swords coming first, but a lot of times I think this is like recovery, actually, like recovery, a time of rest, a time of recuperation. Maybe we were sick, maybe we had to have a surgery or something like that. Working on our problems very quietly, working on them in good, like with faith, knowing that they're going to straighten out. Feel like a time of introspection, of like going within, solitude, a necessary period of aloneness, and time to contemplate what's been going on in our life in order to get a solid perspective on what happened and why it happened. And we have the word forgiveness in there already, and we have a responsibility too. Thinking things through, getting that time. Maybe we were in pain, now we're in the first stage of a recovery, like I said. Maybe an illness, something like that. Maybe emotional upheaval, physical, illness. We are at rest kind energy during this month. We are at rest. We're taking the time, think things through, plan out what our next moves are going to be, and do it more wisely. The card is a card of the calm after the storm. So I don't know everything that we all went through, but I think that we need this. So it's it's been tough for everybody, extremely tough. A lot of, conflict energy, basically. A lot of upset going on with everything that we're going through, not just here in the United States. This is worldwide. jobs, businesses, things like that going under, and it's been a rough time. So sitting back, maybe going a little bit of exile, getting away from people, like truly away from that energy for a little bit, maybe in a vacation, in a very quiet place where you could rest, a time of rest, a time of relaxation, a time to think things through, a time to plan, to get what have we been doing before the crisis happened to us, and a time to get our house in order. I think we are all basically all entitled to a time, to a time to get our house in order, to a time to back up and think about ourselves. So maybe it's important during this month, especially, that we pull within, maybe turn off the phone. If we can't leave or go somewhere on a vacation, turn off the phone. Don't answer it. Just sit quietly. Think about what is it I want when I'm moving forward, I'm going forward, and to go within is what Spirit's saying for me to say, to take this time, this month, to go within. Because when things start that transition, it's going to go pretty rapidly. And I can see that in the cards. So think through quietly in my own internal space what it is that I want, need to do for the future, and what do I need for myself right now in this period of time that I have for myself. I don't know where these are going to fall in our lives, but this is like the third or fourth time this little Ace of Pentacles has showed up. And I put these in different spots in the deck, and I shuffle them all up, and I cut them, and it keeps coming out this month. So this Ace is new. It's new, fresh start, new beginning. This is a card of new success, new money, new enterprise, new attainment. It's extremely a positive card. Extremely positive means some kind of whatever it is, new enterprise maybe, that we're involved in, or we're involved in planting the seeds of something, a new venture maybe, involving getting more money, because pentacles are material, earth plane energy, money, business, finance, jobs, things like that, material goods. It means that a way to get ourselves very, very financially secure. So it's a strong indicator, extremely strong indicator of prosperity that's coming towards us. Now I'm going to tell you what I've told the other signs that this came for. With this card, the whole deal with this card, it's like a caveat, like the magician. If you don't use the tools right, it's going to come back and bite you in the bum. With the Ace of Pentacles, I have to be totally open to receive. Now, how can I receive, right, if I don't take this time to be with myself? So if we put both of those things together, and we use our word exploring what was going on, why I need this little bit of time, what's happening, and how I want my future to look, my future moving forward to look, right? They're not saying, how do I care about everybody else's future? They're saying, my future. Because the next card here is the Fool. Oh my, we get 0 right there, smack at the beginning. We get the 0, the start of the tarot. So it means we're out of sync totally with the rest of the world, but it's a good out of sync. It's out of sync in a positive way. Want to get out there to do it, go on our own. Full speed ahead, I think is what it says. Full speed ahead, and damn the torpedoes. I was going to say tornadoes. Damn the torpedoes. Maybe we felt somehow isolated from our general group or people that we hang out with, like more a loner type energy, where our experience of whatever this current situation is, and we'll each have a different situation, these are general readings, but what our experience is different of this situation is totally different than how others around us view it, what can make us feel like we're marching to the beat of a different drummer in our head and everyone is against what we're doing. But that's good. We need to honor the beat of that different drummer. That's our different drummer. That's our internal, our authentic self that is trying to get our attention. Trying to get our attention. Looking at these words here, down here, like the forgiveness and stuff, everybody else is on a different page, and if I discuss it with them, they're telling me my choices. Sorry, the line guys are here, but I can't do anything about it. Too late now. My choices are wrong for me. I know, like with this energy, fully and totally, that my choices are right for me. But we have the word responsibility here. All the fool is doing is he's jumping off the cliff right towards a new path in his life. Got his little bag with his little sandwich in there. His little doggy's going to end up down the hill with him, and he's not seeing any pitfalls. We have the word responsibility down here. So what I'm going to say is take that time of respite. If that word wasn't there, I'd say go for it. This is right. But what Spirit says when you have a word that goes with the card or goes like contradicts it a little bit, sometimes it's best that we take this step back before we jump off and weigh the pros, weigh the cons. And that's what this respite period is going to be for, to weigh the pros and cons, take off the rose-colored glasses, look at it very, very clearly, explore those pros and cons, and I think with that Ace of Pentacles, there's going to be way more pros than there will be cons. But at least we have taken the time to know that where we're going with this is our truth. Not everyone else's truth, but our truth, And I am saying it the way I am because our next card here is the Page of Cups. And I love the Page of Cups. He looks like the magician, magic. I'm pulling the fish out of the cup instead of the rabbit out of the hat. But this is a wonderful energy. It is, I love the Page of Cups of all of the pages. It's water energy, male or female. It's going to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio type energy, usually someone younger, He likes what he sees. Let's put it that way. He's happy with what he sees and he likes what he sees. Look at that smile and the surprise. Could be someone younger than us. It could be us with that Fool card in there, being called to step forward, and take on this energetics of the Page of Cups. Very lovely and sweet and kind and caring, or it could be someone outside of us. This could mean something for a love relationship with the Ace of Pentacles for some of us down there. Also could be maybe one of our children, something like that. Maybe a son, daughter, a younger, perhaps friend, bringing us, or someone bringing us a message about love. Maybe some kind of an engagement or a wedding, some kind of a situation where there is like some type of an inherent emotional type of risk. The circumstances feels exciting yet scary at the same time, like when someone suddenly elopes, just up and, we may get information like that, they just suddenly elope, or it could be us that are eloping. So if this is us showing up, and that with that full energy, I'm saying it that way particularly, if this is us showing up, there is an idea in our head, right? With the full energy and the Ace of Pentacles, we have an idea in our head that we've already decided to take an emotional risk on, and we aren't interested in anybody trying to persuade us otherwise. We feel as if it's going to work out. End of the story. Basically, we know it's going to work out, end of the story, and we're going to do it no matter what, if that makes any sense. We are going to take that chance. We are going to do whatever it takes to bring the dream or the vision of whatever we were seeing, basically, in that Ace of Pentacles forward. Because we've made that commitment to it, and we are choosing, I'm going to say it that way, choosing to do it our way. Now that came out a little strong here, but we are choosing to do it our way, because the next card here is the Eight of Rods or Wands, and that's amazing. This means we've shot our arrows in the air and they are heading directly towards our goal, and our success is assured. So we have all these, like, take the time, then it's fresh new start, 2 cards of that, the Fool and the Page of Pentacles or Page of Cups energy coming in between there, and now this, So it's time to follow through what we've already put into motion. This is a fast moving card, and it's time to plan basically for the next moves. Remember the original message, we're in that transition. Transition can be emotional even if it's a good transition. So we've shot the arrows into the air. They're heading right to that spot where we aimed them at, and now it's the time for action. So thinking it through is good, but we are, I believe, all of us going to take that step, whether it's work, Rods usually are business, finance, or if it's moving towards a new job or a new relationship. I think we're going to do it. So now's time for action, for initiating the next phase of the enterprise. This card also involves it can involve considerable air travel, like landings, takeoffs, taking off again, busy time, very hopeful situations, things moving extremely fast, but you move with them. This card has a caveat too. You move with them, but you establish the role that you want to play before you move, and you let go of anything else that that I'm no longer feel comfortable with. So it's basically a card of letting go what is not my role and not taking on the roles other people are telling me that I need to play. And that's really where that Fool card comes in for us also. So if we think about it, I don't know if we're going to do new jobs. I don't know, or if we're going to go into new type love relationships. I know that whatever it is, I know and feel whatever it is we're moving forward through is probably pretty emotional to us, but it's extremely important, because this is the overriding energetics. The 4 of Swords here is overriding energetics, and that go within. Take that time. Make sure everything's coming up at me kind of like from within, that I'm content with where I am going or the options that I'm exploring, and then I go for them, but I go through I go for them, the words aren't coming out right. I go for those things, but I know why I'm doing it and how I am doing it. which comes from that really steady space of knowing what's right within myself. Let me see our, oh my. Ground yourself. No wonder we got that Four of Swords first. Take that time, it says. When you detach from awareness of your body in the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float around heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth plane. We are helping you balance the spiritual and material so you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Good gravy, Virgo. You can't make up these angel cards, can ya? Boy, I don't know what we got going on here, but I think it's, whoops, I went right past it. I think it's going to be an excellent month for us. I really don't see any bad blips or anything. The original message, there are some confrontational energies, a lot of confusion too, but do our best, confront it calmly and logically, grounded type energy, keep our feet on the ground if we have to engage in some type of conflict, and just keep going where we're going. Like that steady pace, plodding along is what they're saying to me. This card is a signal that your energy and attention needs to be grounded. If you've been feeling spacey, confused, or forgetful, this card speaks to the reason. Ungroundedness means that your attention's directed up too high, as if you're not in your body. A balance is needed between focus on spirit, focus on earth. You can ground yourself by walking barefoot on grass or soil, by eating foods from the ground like potatoes or carrots, by rubbing your bare feet, by touching a tree or a plant, or by visualizing roots coming from the bottom of your feet into the earth. Grounding will help you better concentrate and focus, and you will increase your connections to the angels. Spend time gardening, work with flower essences, adjust your diet and other lifestyle habits so they support your mental and physical awareness. Make sure the words you speak or write are practical, grounded, and understandable. Be down to earth, authentic in your relationships. Send love and light to Mother Earth. I think we all have to do that right now. If we are suffering, so is she, right? Well, Virgo, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one. I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information down below the screen at the website, or if you need an appointment with me, all the information to do that is over at the website. There's 2 short videos over there. One explains a prayer class I put out there for you. The other one explains the sutra classes. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It's very comprehensive. It explains how you format prayers, why you do them the way you do. And the sutras are simple thought forms. You put it in a meditation. It takes 5 minutes a day. It enhances the clear perceptions dramatically. And they were over at the website. So to everybody I met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and all of you I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.